The new year is already heating up, and this Saturday, we are officially just 2 weeks away from the next edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. Welcome to Main Event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by JC Mateo, Tonga Loa, Talla Tonga, and Solo Sokoa, representing MFT Talla Tonga!
Getting the action started here, and Vic, throughout the last year, Solo Sokoa began to expand his family tree, and the biggest branch stands before us today, ready to make a statement.
You better be on your P's and Q's, because if you slip up one time, don't think I won't snitch on you to the MFTs, and they are in no mood to put up with you today, Blake Howard.
Well, with that, we officially welcome you in. I am Blake Howard, alongside the voice of NXT, Vic Joseph. And Vic, this past Tuesday, it certainly was New Year's Eve.
Certainly was. What a night it was for NXT, kicking off the new year. Women's Championship match was defended, NXT Championship match. I mean, it was quite an evening that left us with more questions than answers.
Certainly a loaded edition of NXT, and of course this past Monday on Raw, loaded as well. 3 championships were on the line. But right here, a group that's certainly looking for some title gold of their own moving into 2026.
And his opponent from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 240 pounds, Apollo Crews!
Well, it's a new year, some new gear, and a big return here on Main Event. Out of action for nearly 10 months, this former champion ready to make his mark on 2026.
There are not many men walking the earth like Apollo Crews. I have such a deep appreciation for this man. Everything he's gone through, all the ups, all the downs, all the hurdles, all the obstacles to be back here in front of the WWE Universe. This is someone who, inside and out of the ring, is a superhero come to life. A lot of love for this man. Excited to see Apollo Crews back in a WWE ring.
He's certainly a family man, ready to get the job done. As a tall task in front of him tonight, but the man from Stone Mountain, Georgia, Vic, can he slither his way to victory here today?
I don't know if he's able to or he's not. He's certainly gonna have to snake one out if he wants a victory.
As we're getting the action started right here, certainly a size differential right now, but Vic, what a great time for Crews to get healthy and return just before the Royal Rumble.
Sir, it's a great time for really any superstar that's in the WWE. It doesn't matter if you're on Raw, if you're on SmackDown, if you're one of the superstars in NXT, even Evolve. You just never know when a spot is gonna open up, and by that I mean a spot in the Royal Rumble as we continue on, and we'll be starting the road to WrestleMania.
Talla Tonga trying to assert his size here in the early going. Apollo looking as good as ever, certainly in the best shape of his career. And of course, recently made an appearance in AAA before returning to the WWE. And of course, that Lucha Libre style certainly meshes well with Apollo Crews, but he has an uphill battle right here.
It certainly does. And look, you take a look at his opponent, you take a look at all the bodies that are around the ring. MFT's led by the guidance of someone like Solo Sokoa. You can look at Apollo Crews and say maybe at this point in his career, maybe he needs to be revamped, maybe he needs some guidance. You take a look at the Oracle on Monday Night Raw. Now, start to think about people in the WWE, right? And you think about Apollo Crews, think about someone like Rob Stone. If you ask him, he's the reason Ava's had success in NXT. If you ask him, he's helped guided the careers of Chelsea Green. I don't believe either of it. He's a wordsmith, but Apollo Crews could use some help with someone like a Rob Stone or someone to help him take it to the next level.
Certainly looking for that spark as we head into the new year right here. Slingshot plancha the outside, barely stunning Talla Tonga. And of course, Apollo Crews, a former Intercontinental United States champion. As right now, JC Mateo getting in the face of him right here as Talla Tonga and the rest of the MFTs, Vic, that numbers game always playing a role as Apollo trying to stay one step ahead.
Certainly is, but Apollo Crews is a man who has won at WrestleMania. He's a man who has won multiple titles here in the WWE, but never ran into a man like Talla Tonga.
As you see the force right there, standing nearly 7 feet, close to 300 pounds. Vic, how much intimidation factor is there with Talla Tonga?
I mean, I'm intimidated. I'm sitting out here next to you looking at this man, and I'm not even in the match. Are you not intimidated?
I think that's
I told you, mind your
understatement.
P's and Q's. I'll let them know.
As we're talking about the MFTs here, Vic, over the last year, what has Solo Sikoa built with the MFTs?
He's built a new family, right? I don't want to use the term bloodline, but you get where I'm starting to go with that. And for Solo Sikoa to look on, he's got to have maybe not necessarily a smile on his face, but a smile deep inside, because given the right ingredients and the road we're about to be on, this group could be the most dominant in the WWE.
As they're certainly looking for gold, and up next, the first Raw of the new year saw plenty of gold on the line, including Io Sky and Rhea Ripley looking to gain the women's tag team titles from the Kabuki Warriors.
This is what the MFTs like to do. Slow the pace, methodically dissect, beat down, wear down. And Apollo Crews, you don't know what sort of tank he's going to have in this matchup, right? I mean, that's a question we all have to wonder. You talk about AAA, it's a little bit of a different beast.
We've never questioned his cardiovascular conditioning, but of course, coming back into this environment against a superstar like Talla Tonga, certainly a lot in front of you. And of course, we're talking about Friday Night SmackDown. We're talking about tag team championships. How big of a collision course are we on between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six?
One we've never seen before. I mean, you talk about these two factions, these two families, the complete opposites, polar opposites, if you break it down, but they all want one thing. They all want dominance. They all want to be the family. They all want to be the team. They want to be at the top of the mountain. They all want to strike the most fear into the locker room all across the WWE. As Apollo Crews right now starting to fight back.
As Apollo here trying to get his bearings, looking for a major victory here. First appearance on Main Event about a year and a half for Apollo.
That athleticism. And again, I said the superhero come to life. The speed, the strength, the size, the power, but also the will and the determination. That is what separates Apollo Crews from the field.
Crews might have found an opening right here, Vic. And Apollo starting to pick up that pace a little bit. Insaguri.
Apollo Crews has been around the block. He's faced giants in the past. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Chop down that vertical base, wear the opponent down, because on the mat, everyone is the same size.
And Apollo trying to chop down the proverbial tree here in Talla Tonga.
Got him down.
And Crews now zeroing in. Bam! Big connection there, and Apollo looking to turn things up a bit, Vic. What an upset this would be.
It would be an upset, but right now, that standing moonsault to the lower back, trying to turn over the larger opponent.
The big man over, shoulders are down, into the cover. But just like that, only one.
Look at
the big man presses
you see the
out.
face of Apollo Crews, kicking out at one, everything that he just put this man through. And now, this is a big risk for Apollo this late in the match.
Apollo going right at home to the top. Oh! And taken right down with the big boot. And Talla Tonga,
time for games is over here on Main Event.
Who's just scratching the surface of his capabilities here in the WWE, up and down. And the biggest branch of the MFTs stands tall.
Here is your winner, Talla Tonga!
An impressive showing right there. Apollo Crews back in the fold, but Vic, too much to handle here tonight.